What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for TV. So, first of all, shout out to LB because he did a video a couple of days ago talking about this when it first happened about Tom Thibodeau winning Coach of the Year. And I agree with LB's sentiments. Um, Monty Williams should have won Coach of the Year. Okay? Look, it's great that Tom Thibodeau helped to lead, uh, the Knicks back to some form of prominence back to the playoffs, even though they were pretty much manhandled by the Atlanta Hawks, even though they had home court advantage. But I mean, look, they saw fit to give it to Tom Thibodeau, whatever. All right. To me, you look at Monty Williams, you look at where he came from, um, the tragedy that he had to deal with. What was it? I think what was it? 5 years ago now, almost 5 years ago, when his wife died in that automobile accident when she was hit by that meth head. Um, to come back from that, to persevere, to take this team. First of all, he did a good job his first go around with the Pelicans. He did a pretty good job then. But for him, along with Chris Paul, to take this Phoenix Suns team, which hadn't been to the playoffs since the end of the Steve Nash era, which was over 10 years ago, to take this team to where they ultimately ended up being, which I believe was the second seed in the Western Conference, and I believe the second best record overall in the NBA, to knock out the defending world champion Lakers. You can use AD as excuse, fine, but they still knocked out the defending world champions, and they're up 1-0 in the second round series. My problem is this. Okay, people keep knocking Chris Paul for MVP. Okay, you keep knocking Chris Paul for MVP. He's not an MVP. He's 36 years old. The numbers don't justify the MVP award. Fine. So what are you going to credit this team with? You got to give credit to somebody. If you're not going to give Chris Paul the MVP, couldn't you at least give him Monty Williams Coach of the Year? Credit somebody for this turnaround. So you don't even give him the Coach of the Year. Now, funny, when I think NBA coaches, I think it was either coaches or players, when they voted for the best coach in the NBA, they voted for Monty Williams. And I still think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Monty Williams still received more first place votes than anybody. So it's funny when you ask the actual players, right? When you ask the actual players and coaches who actually know the game who the best coach was, they all voted, well, overwhelmingly voted for Monty Williams. But when you ask the media who have agendas, they gave it to Tom Thibodeau. But then again, the media has an inert bias against small market teams anyway. If they had their way, small market teams wouldn't even be acknowledged or even competitive. And they would love to just have two or three teams relevant in sports. They can just talk about those teams, not do any homework whatsoever, and just talk shit all day. The Stephen A. Smith syndrome. So shout out to Monte Williams. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns. You're having a great season. Unlike Tom Thibodeau and them, you guys are still playing, and I guess you have something to play for more important than a mere Coach of the Year award. So tell me what you guys think about this.